Welcome, it's One Piece Live here, and we're here for a One Piece chapter 790 review and live reading. Now, the chapter has just come out on Mangastream, so we'll go to chapter 790 entitled Heaven and Earth. Now, the cover page looks a Guinness World Record for Oda. The most copies published for the same comic book series by a single author is One Piece, created by Ichiro Oda, Japan, with 320 million copies printed and circulated from 97 to 2014. Nice photo of Luffy. Alright, page 2. Go to page 3. Alright, we've got a nice cover page there. That's pretty nice. Wow, it's like different cultures. So we have Sanji, French. Oh, I like that sword. Nami. And Usopp. It's like from Brazil or something. Frankie, fighting pose. Zoro. Europe. Robin. India, I'm guessing. Luffy, Japan, Chopper, Russia, or Canada. There's a Canadian flag, and then Brook, British, maybe? I guess. Anyway, those are the flags that are near them. Alright, next page. Have another photo. So we'll go to page 5. Alright, here we go, beginning of the chapter. Alright, let's do this. Bartolomeo is crying. They're all happy. We've been waiting for you. And Gat says, "Here comes Lucy." We've got the birdcage continuing to contract. Violet is sitting with Law. "Straw Hat," she says. All the citizens are celebrating. And Rebecca is crying with a broken sword. Oh, she is still there. Okay. Sorry, next page. Flamingo says, "That was a rather flamboyant resurgence. I bet your hackies barely returned, if at all." Wow, the sword only just broke. So this was direct continuation of last chapter where Luffy broke the sword with his head. It's just standing there staring at the gigantic flamingo. Okay. It's probably all you can do, just keeping yourself upright, no? Flamingo is laughing. Look at the blood on their faces. Alright, next page. Number 7. Oh, he's attacking already. "I could say the exact same thing about you," says Luffy. Which is wicked. Oh, he's attacking. Looks like there's haki on the ends of those strings. Oh, and it hits Luffy straight in the stomach, that furthest one. Knocks him back. Maybe he was guarding with haki. So it knocked him back. "Lucy!" Rebecca cries out. Luffy gets knocked back. Boom. Just before, looked like Rebecca was about to get killed. Next page. Just before she's about to get killed, boom. She gets swapped. By Law. She turns into a piece of rubble, which means she was swapped away. Poof. Flamingo's staring. He swapped her over. That is an interesting shot of Rebecca. Nice. Gotta love Law. Violet. "Rebecca." Flamingo says. "So you're still skulking around here, eh, Law?" "No matter. Watch closely." Oh, let's see what he's gonna do. Next page. Ever white, which means white caps of the sea. Oh wow, he's turned the ground into strings. Oh, look at those things. I think they're covered in haki. Oh, those strings, they look deadly. Alright. "This entire section of the city's turned to threads," says Gats. "Lucy!" yells Rebecca. Next page. Oh, the strings have wrapped around Luffy. Ah, he says, 1,000 arrows. Flap. Kanji read wing attack thread. Oh my lord, look at that. Jeez, he is very, very powerful. These look like they're all haki coated, very powerful strings going at Luffy there. Alright, let's see what will happen. Next page. Buso. Ah, armament. Luffy uses whack. Looks like one got blocked. Oh, nope. It hit him. Ah. Oh, he got pierced. He got stabbed right with that one. But I think because he's using haki, when it hits him, it pushes him, since he's using the haki to block the sharpness of it. So it's actually pushing him away from the other strings, so he doesn't get totally impaled, which is good use of haki. Okay, Luffy gets hit. Doflamingo says, and you say your haki's come back? I can't hear you, Lucy. Bam. Wow, he tossed him straight into the wall. He's embedded in the wall, dripping blood from that attack. Oh, he's still coming with the strings. Next page. Luffy's gritting his teeth. Ah! Bam! Strings attack Luffy. Lucy, cries Rebecca. Alright, let's see what's happened here. At the bottom, the crowd saying, now, that was a massive boom. Look at the size of that impact cloud. Did he win, Lucy? Birdcage hasn't disappeared yet. Abdullah. Or Jeet, one of them. Hurry, Lucy, says Sai. Next page. Jerk. Alright, the first panel. Second panel. Things are crumbling. Oh, my body. It's moving on its own. Oh, finally. Luffy's getting the Jozu treatment. Parasite. That's it. Doflamingo's making him walk. Oh, wow. Alright. Oh, Rayleigh. Looks like you just barely survived again, Luffy. He's just laughing. What a legend. What happened to that Kong gun of yours? Ah. Flamingo. Controlling Luffy. Causing him to walk towards him. Flamingo says, you're a tenacious little bastard, I'll give you that. How about I just skewer you head to toe? And more from Rayleigh. Oh no, this is Luffy speaking. That was the problem, Rayleigh. This one. This thing was way bigger than the last one. Kongun didn't do crap. Wow. Haha, sounds like you were in quite the bind. Wow, so Luffy was fighting animals that Kongun didn't do anything to. And he sent Doflamingo flying kilometers from the top of the palace with Kongun. That is an incredibly powerful attack. Not many people would be able to take that attack very easily. And the monsters on that island, it didn't even do anything to. That is some good training grounds for Luffy. I love how Rayleigh's just laughing the whole time. Alright. Ooh, Flamingo's grinning. He has Luffy by the balls right now. What is going to happen? Rayleigh. Looks like you've got to come up with an alternative when faced with a similar situation again. Gear 4 simply puts too much stress on your body. Oh, wow. So does that mean Luffy has something else? I mean, the fact that Luffy is still with Rayleigh at this time means that Rayleigh was only there for a year. Luffy, or a year and a half, Luffy spent 6 months alone perfecting his own training. So if Luffy already had Gear 4th and Kongun, and he was trying to find out a way to have an improvement on Kongun while Rayleigh was still there, in 6 months Luffy definitely came up with some other things. We just have to wait and see. Alright, next page. Page 14. Ooh, Luffy's looking pretty wounded. He's breathing heavily. If all you little pests would have just quietly let me control you inside my cage, we wouldn't have had to see this much blood spilled today. Oh, Doflamingo's such a bastard. Luffy, cage, control? He's breathing heavily. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. Nice. Ooh, the royal plateau's gonna be sliced to bits. Oh man, birdcage, too OP. Zoro, come on, Luffy! Down. How predictable. Flamingo's just smiling. Oh, what? Gear 4th? Snap, snap, snap. Oh, looks like he busted out of the control of Doflamingo's strings. Oh yeah, that's it. You ain't strong enough to hold Luffy down, buddy. Next page. Gear 4th. And he didn't even blow up his arms and turn into the muscle this time. He just went boom into Gear 4th. Like, what? I guess it was maybe like missed. Maybe Luffy just turned left and bit himself on the arm. But by the sounds of it, Flamingo was keeping him totally still. So somehow he's just instantly turned into Gear 4th there, which is pretty impressive to break out of Doflamingo's strings like that. We didn't see Jozu do that. But, you know, we didn't see Jozu. We didn't get much time on that in the war, but this is impressive. Gear 4th, obviously, to me, could break out of Doflamingo's strings. It was never a question in my mind. Alright, let's go to page 15. Oh, Flamingo's not happy. He tore through the threads? Yeah, buddy. Sorry, mate. Luffy. Oh, skywalk all the way up. Flamingo, you can barely stand. I wonder how long you'll be able to keep that form up. Picking mid-air as your battleground with me, as you've got me as your opponent. You've got massive balls, kid. I'll show you how it's really done. A true one-hit KO. Haha, sweet. Got a battle. This is going to be awesome. That's a nice panel of Flamingo, all shaded, flying up through the air. He is the heavenly demon, so he is a great air fighter. Foo foo foo. Oh, everyone's staring, everyone's watching. Look at those strings follow Flamingo up. He's going to finish it. Now, page 16. Oh, Luffy is there, cocked back, ready. He's in his pistol stance. Foo foo foo. I simply can't stand the sight of anyone standing over me. Yes, this is symbolic. Flamingo, someone is above you right now. What are you going to do about it? Let's go down. You've tried to keep everything within your grasp imprisoned away in your clutches. Flashback of Rebecca and the gladiators. Yep, he imprisoned them all with the false hope that they could be released if they won 100 battles. Yep, that's fucked up. Keeping slaves. All the toys were slaves. What a horrible existence to have. Away from your loved ones. They totally forgot about you. All the little dwarves forced to work in the factory. Luffy, trying to control, manipulate everyone and everything. Bellamy, he did. The king. Flamingo has literally like fucked over every motherfucker in this whole country. He's played havoc with the entire world by saying he was going to resign as a Shichibukai. He is just an absolute crazy villain. Like, he is easily the best villain so far in One Piece. Alright, next page, page 17. I'm sick of it all. It makes me want to puke. Oh yeah, that is a vicious, angry Luffy. And Luffy already looks beast in his Gear 4th mode. Look at the lines in that picture. I really like that panel. Blame the blood that runs in your veins. Every last one of you were born beneath me, destined to be ruled over by another. You peons and I are on completely different levels. What a motherfucker. Alright, I'm gonna shut that mouth of yours and then get the hell out of here. Oh wow. I wonder what the whole get the hell out of here means. Like, go and help Sanji in that, I'm guessing. He's clenching. Oh, I love the way his Gear 4 fires. It's so sick. Just like charging up this massive spring to just rock it. Alright, now Flamingo's used Spiderweb. Wow. Now, I recall he's used that to block some pretty strong attacks. I think he like cut up the meteor with that. Alright, so Flamingo says, "Do it if you can, boy. Spider's web." Gomo no. Oh, he blows into his arm. Flamingo looks concerned. You look a bit concerned there, buddy. Alright, page 18. Let's see what happens. Oh dear. Alright. Luffy's arm is huge. King Kong. Oh. Hell yes. That I am so glad that is the next iteration of Kong Gun. King Kong. That's right. Flamingo has a... Oh, look at all those strings. Alright, next. Going down. Still on the first panel. I move slow, guys. Let's just enjoy it. Look at the city down there. Look at how long Oda would have taken to draw that. Or his background dudes may have helped, I'm not sure. Alright. Look at the compression on that punch. His fist is huge. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a fucking massive attack. I'm not even going to look left and see what the other panels are. I'm going one by one. Beasts that cannot be tamed must be put down. Flamingo, he is so confident, so cocky. 16 sacred bullets of the assassin. Holy jeez, that sounds like a friggin' pretty full-on move by Flamingo. He is really pulling out the guns here. Next panel. God Thread. Oh shit, he has shot those strings straight at Luffy. That looks like Gear 2nd style. Kanji reads, Holy Execution. Oh man, that is a finishing move. Flamingo already said he was going to KO Luffy. He was going to show him a finishing move. Look at that punch. Luffy's face, next panel. Luffy's face. Ah, yes. Oh, it breaks straight through. Oh man, that's like Crocodile, but just punches straight through. Flamingo, he's like, oh shit, bang! Oh my god, his glasses broke. Oh, he got punched straight in the face. He thought his attack was gonna beat Luffy, and he got punched straight in the face. Bang! Look at the explosion, and look at those strings going up. Is that blackness all covered in haki? If so, Flamingo's haki is just ridiculous. I guess he's been on the sea for over 20 years perfecting his haki. Like, Luffy is just fucking phenomenal for the amount of time he has spent as a pirate. Alright, that is some crazy shit. Alright, let's go to page 19. Gun. King Kong gun. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. He hits him straight into the floor with enough force to lift up oh my god, like a kilometer of land either side. Like a giant iceberg. He is just pummeled into the floor with so much power. Jesus, Luffy, that is some fucking good shit. Alright, next panel. Flamingo. He's just down in there. I don't know what. He is down there somewhere. He hit that ground with such impact that it caused a gigantic amount of land to just split in half and get forced out of the ground. It wasn't just splitting something in half. It pushed the land out. It caused like a landslide outwards due to the power of the Kong gun. The King Kong gun. The citizens are just running. Oh, wow. That's a nice finisher. And, like, yeah, does that mean Luffy went all out? Because somehow, I don't know. I'll discuss this after. Let's finish the page. Next panel. Alright. Flamingo's going into the blackness in certain lands. There are those who call the clan of D this God's natural enemy. Haha. Laws remembering back. Oh, wow. He was told that. Oh my god, his glasses, they're off! Yeah! And shattered. D pierces the heavens. One Piece, chapter 790, end. Let's just check. Yep, that is the last page. With a hilarious photo of Bartolomeo. What the fuck? On the next page. Alright. Damn. That was an impressive finisher. That looked like Doflamingo's strongest attack. Holy execution. 16 sacred bullets of the assassin. God thread. Holy execution. With a spider's web to block the attack. Flamingo was cocky as shit. And he got his ass rocked with this punch. Bang! The thing is, if Luffy wasn't such a dick, he could have done this punch to Flamingo when he was already, like, in the concrete, recovering. Flamingo had to sit there for ages repairing himself before he could get out of the wall, and he could barely stand afterwards. He was wobbling. I mean, Flamingo still had a shitload of gas left in the tank, because look at what he did now. He's used his strings to fight all those gladiators. He's used his strings to attack Gats, to make Rebecca and Viola fight with each other, just toy with them. He was just standing there talking and with his usual slouch and demeanor as if like he wasn't that wounded. But he really was, because they both acknowledged that each other were quite wounded. Luffy even said that. And if Luffy says that about someone, he's got pretty good intuition about their level of power left in them. And they were both around even. And Luffy just rocked the shit out of him. Think of that. That is a Gear 3rd punch, but in Gear 4 version. So he has air all the way through his muscles. And that is a Gear 3rd punch instead of a Gear 2nd punch. So the equivalent of a Kong gun is a Gear 2 punch. Is just a Gear 2 pistol. That is what Luffy used. Kong gun is a Gear 2 pistol. And it knocked Flamingo from the top of the palace all the way down, like over kilometers, to the bottom of the city. Flamingo did get up from that. So that is an indication that, you know, Luffy did need something a bit stronger. But Luffy nailed Flamingo repeatedly with multiple Gear 4 attacks. And the last one of which, the bazooka, left Flamingo stuck in a wall and had to repair himself for quite a while. This punch looks pretty phenomenal. And Flamingo ate it in the face. And his glasses are destroyed and they're fallen off his face. I do think Flamingo is down from this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Flamingo's down from that is a ridiculous punch for... If Flamingo could barely handle regular Gear 2, Gear 4 punches. Now I'm saying Gear 2, Gear 4 punches because the punches used in Gear 4 were like the equivalent of the punches used in Gear 2. We had the bazooka, we had the Kong gun, which is the equivalent of like a pistol. We had a few different attacks like that. So in terms of Gear 4, it's equivalent to about a Gear 2 equivalent. But this is the Gear 3 equivalent, and that is a monster punch. And Luffy had to use that to defeat some monsters that Kong gun literally did nothing to. That's what he said to Rayleigh. So this attack, by all means, is a very, very powerful attack. Oh man, I would love to see some top tiers get hit by this attack, because this thing looks epic. Like, oh man, that is a strong attack. broke straight through his strings. These are the Flamingo's best Haki-coated strings. Straight through the spiderweb, and floored him into the floor. Page 19. Floored him straight into the ground with so much force, he caused basically like an earthquake. God damn, I am very, very impressed, and if people aren't impressed with Luffy from this, they really should. And think about this. Luffy fought Don Chin Jiao. He had to battle against Don Chin Jiao. Who did Doflamingo have to fight against? Yeah, he 2 vs 1 Law with Fujitora, got him exceptionally tired, and basically didn't really break a sweat before he started fighting Luffy. Luffy has been running around the entire country battling a bunch of people and fought Don Chin Jiao. And he almost finished Flamingo off if he didn't get cocky and actually just put him to the floor. Now, I can't blame Luffy because... Yeah, I can actually, because Luffy saw Doflamingo's regenerative abilities after Law hit him with the Gamma Knife. Now, how much did that weaken Doflamingo? It didn't really seem like much. Doflamingo's regenerative powers are exceptional. They heal muscle tissue, organ damage, everything. He sat in that wall after he took that bazooka. He sat in that wall for quite some time before he got out of there. And he was wobbling after that. Luffy acknowledged that he was also barely standing. What was his words? I'm going back in the chapter. Oh, just from skipping back through the chapter, I love that Luffy broke out of the parasite with his Gear 4th. So what he said, Flamingo said, I bet your Haki's barely returned, if at all. It's probably all you can do, just keeping yourself upright, no? And Luffy says, I could say the exact same thing about you. Luffy doesn't say that, unless that's the case. So, they were even at that point, and Luffy rocked the shit out of him. He defeated Doflamingo's best attack, and put him into the floor, and made the floor rise up into the air. That was pretty epic. So, if Luffy did that to Noah, I think that whole ship would be gone. Yeah, very easily could have saved Fishman Island if he really went all out. And that attack is a very, very powerful attack. I am very interested. Wow. That is just very interesting. I really am looking forward to Luffy's future battles and his progression, because from what the Rayleigh said, the fact that he already had Kongan, it was ineffective against some of the beasts on that island, which goes to show you how strong some of those beasts are. Luffy was hitting Doflamingo with regular Gear 2 attacks, which Doflamingo said basically wasn't powerful enough to hurt him. Luffy went Gear 4 and started rocking Doflamingo's shit. Doflamingo, because of his healing abilities and his really strong Haki, was able to withstand the Gear 4 attacks. But he took quite a bit of time to heal from those attacks. But this is something that supposedly defeated monsters that couldn't be harmed by a Kongan. I think a Kongan could do quite a bit of damage, or at least push even some top tier characters back. Yeah, oh man, I am very, very, very impressed with this. This is a really enjoyable chapter, a good finish to the battle, I believe. I would really enjoy seeing Doflamingo unconscious, but I mean, Luffy sent him so far into the ground that he forced the ground up. So I can spare Oda for not showing us that panel, because of how deep underground Doflamingo probably should be, or there should be a giant crater there with the force of that impact. Wow. Yeah, there actually would be a crater. He wouldn't be just embedded deep within to the ground because of the force that caused the ground to rise. There should be quite a big crater in there, and Flamingo should be in the center. And hopefully he's unconscious, and hopefully the birdcage is gone. Because if Flamingo can stand up from that, then wow, then I don't even know. And it would be very, very interesting if this battle continued. But I think that's the finality. The fact that Luffy promised people that he would finish it in one go, I do believe this is the end. Given how tired both of these fighters are, and the fact that Luffy just tore through Flamingo's strongest attack. Easily tore through it. No. Flamingo, in a one-on-one, with Luffy at full strength and Doflamingo at full strength, I don't think Doflamingo can beat Luffy. I think Luffy can handily defeat Doflamingo. I think he can defeat him. I just think Luffy is plainly stronger. And to me that puts Luffy at high Vice Admiral, just under Admiral level. At this point in time, that's just speculation at this point. But from just the feat scale of his attacks and the extent of what Luffy's abilities can do. Now, think about this. While in Gear 4th, Luffy was able to shrug off Athlete's Thread. Just shrug it straight off. Just like, oh, sorry, bro, that doesn't actually do anything to me anymore. I kind of just, I got over being harmed by those attacks. That's fine. So, I really am looking forward to Luffy's next Gear 4 battle because that is some awesome stuff. And I want to see if Luffy has different modes, if Luffy has further skills that he hasn't used in this battle. That is something I really want to know. Because Luffy was not pushed that far in this fight. This is not Luffy versus Rob Lucci level. Luffy was not down and out in this battle. Like, sure, he used Gear 4 and he ran out of time limit, but he was never beaten up to the point where he couldn't move. There's a difference in that to me. I think if Luffy used his Gear 4 time limit a bit more efficiently and went all out with some of his attacks, he would have won. Won sooner. If Doflamingo was in the concrete and Luffy went straight up to him and did this attack, well, it might have been over earlier. So, I think Luffy needs to really, I guess just in story writing terms, Luffy probably should have gone a bit harder on Flamingo. But, anyway, I'm pretty satisfied with the conclusion of this. Really enjoyable. I love how he blew the air into his arm just to make it massive. Oh man, surely Luffy, just blow some air into both of your arms and do a King Kong Gatling gun. I would love to see that on like an Admiral or something. Just King Kong Gatling gun. He would destroy an island. Just simply put, he could destroy an island with that attack. It is not far-fetched. Luffy did it with one hand, that means he can do it with two. He could destroy oh my god. Fishman Island, the destruction of Fishman Island, I am looking forward to see what attack does that. Because that is a very impressive, very impressive. Now think about this. Oh, I just thought of this. Page 19. Luffy hits Flamingo with this attack. And Flamingo, the force of Flamingo, all of his resistance means nothing to Luffy. And the force of his body hitting the ground causes that much damage to the ground. That wasn't even Luffy hitting the ground with his fist. If Luffy hit the ground with his fist, oh my god, the destruction would be horrendous. Luffy could tear islands apart at this point. Luffy is now island destroying level. Like that, it is very, very, very clear to me at this point. Luffy can destroy islands with his powers. And that is just a great power up. It's just great. I'm very happy with this chapter. I'm very happy with the feat and the ability that Luffy has shown. I'm very happy with Flamingo and what he has shown. He is such a ridiculously strong enemy. If Luffy didn't have Haki stronger than Flamingo, it just wouldn't. He wouldn't have beaten Holy Execution. That would have gone straight through his fist and destroyed him. He punched through a spider's web. He punched through all of those 16 bullets of the assassin. What a great attack name. So overall, this chapter gets a 5 out of 5 for me. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Very happy to see the conclusion of this battle. I enjoyed that Flamingo attacked Luffy, and even in Luffy's base form, he is a durable little motherfucker. He took some pretty powerful attacks there. He used Haki on his body so that Doflamingo didn't just totally destroy him with those strings. It forced him to be pushed back, which saved Luffy's life. Flamingo demonstrated some very impressive attacks. 1,000 arrows thread. That looked very nice. And causing the whole ground to turn into strings, and then surrounding the person with strings, then knocking him into a wall, then controlling him with Parasite. Flamingo is very, very, very strong. He is very strong. Add to the fact of Birdcage, he is a very, very strong opponent. I really enjoyed the Rayleigh flashback, and I just really enjoyed the battle. Luffy breaking out of Parasite with Gear 4th, flying up, Doflamingo trying to say, I can't stand the sight of anyone standing over me. This arrogant royal who thinks he is the best gets absolutely destroyed from above, put into the floor. Heavenly Demon now put into the ground by Luffy. By a D, as Law recollects. Wow. God's natural enemy. These Ds, Blackbeard included, he just doesn't give a fuck. Just does whatever he wants. It's like Ds just don't give a shit. They just do whatever they want. Gods, Flamingo, everything he's done has been try to control the situation. His strings, his whole power system is based on control. He has been controlling the slaves. He's been controlling the Tontatas. He's been controlling all of the toys. Everything on in this country. The gladiators, Rebecca, Viola, everyone he has controlled. And that is what God's natural enemy is for. And that is what these celestial dragons do. They sit there in their government attempting to control the world. They think they have absolute authority. They think they have absolute control. Which is some parallels to reality. Oda maybe trying to make there. So that is I enjoy that. I believe that is a very nice symbolic defeat of Flamingo from above. The Heavenly Demon squashed down to earth. Great chapter. 5 out of 5. I think that's all we'll discuss at this point. Thank you very much for listening to my review and discussion. I would really appreciate it if you could leave a comment or give a like. That would be cool. Thank you very much. OnePieceLive out.